Holy shit. Click to register. What is this shit?
Is it for Canadian election?
What is this? Am I on?
You're on.
Oh shit.
Yeah, you're on fire too.
I am. I really am. Yeah.
We want the lowdown.
Mm, no, you don't. What do you want to know?
Okay. Can we get a little bit of like just about you? Like whatever you're willing, kind of a bio. You don't have to tell, anything. Just so we know a sense of who you are.
I'm just, an average girl from Texas, and I got a lot of kids and a house and, a job and just the basics.
And you're showing up in the chat on fire.
Right. Yeah, I kind of have, yeah, sort of a higher, I guess, sex drive, I think, than most women do. So makes me a little bit of an enigma compared to other women, I think.
Okay. Then can you tell us why haven't you put it out, or the last time that fire was put out?
Oh man.
When was that?
You mean yesterday?
Okay, so it's like you're like busting out flames yesterday, and it's still
I
it's
don't
still
want to
not.
get kicked off of TikTok. I
That's
don't,
okay.
I
This
don't
is a
know what
good
I can and can't
conversation.
say.
You can tell it all.
Oh my God. Yeah, I don't know. Something about you and the way you talk and your whole vibe and the music and the whole thing. And it was just getting me hotter and
That's
hotter.
last
And
night. I'm talking about like that doesn't count.
oh,
I'm talking about
okay.
the real deal.
That is the real deal. What do you mean?
When was the last time you had somebody?
Like sex? Like this morning? Like,
With who?
'cause I'm fucking married.
You're married?
Yes.
Oh my God! You're married. Interesting.
Yes, but it's kind of open. So it's, yes, it's married, but with other benefits. So yeah, that's why I'm sort of flirtatious, like on TikTok with you, because I can be. But yeah, married. Yeah. Okay, you're so quiet. Now I'm freaking out. I know that's so taboo and horrible. I got it. I know.
I just want to know more.
Like what?
Well, num just tell us about the lifestyle then. I know a lot of people don't understand that. We don't understand what you're talking about. What? What? Open?
Yeah, it's I don't I there's like all these terms that you see, like what do they call it? Like ethical monogamy or whatever, but it's not ethical. Who are we kidding? But it's just kind of an acceptance, I guess, of one person who has more need than the other or different need than the other, and then the other partner just kind of accepting that. So so it works out for my benefit for sure.
You're saying that you have the higher drive.
Yeah, I do. I know that's rare and that's weird and that's taboo and awful for a woman to be that way. I get that. That's why I don't talk about it with too many people. But when I can get on TikTok and I can let myself let loose and just be me, it's very freeing and it's pretty awesome. Gets me really worked up.
You think that women being like wanting more is taboo and it's not typical?
I think so. Yeah, I think so. I do because
Where did you
most
get that
women are.
idea? Yeah.
It's I think it's our cultural norm. The cultural norm of being, the wife, the stay-at-home wife, or the supportive partner, which I am, but I have very diverse desires, and which is, I mean, I'm sure other women have, but at least I'm allowed the freedom to be able to dive into that. which is nice. So I don't have to be inhibited or hold back, and I can be as wild and free as I want to be.
And there's nobody else in your life that you can associate when it comes to like to the feminine, on your end as the woman.
No, no, I've never met another woman like me ever, ever. I'm kind of into darker stuff too. So most women are more vanilla, and I'm not so vanilla. So it's difficult to talk about that with women.
Well, we're interested.
Oh, isn't it? Maybe you are. Maybe you're not.
Well, let's hear it. Let's hear. So, okay, is there another partner?
No, not currently.
Was there ever?
Yes.
Let's hear it.
What?
How did it start? Or what led to it? There's a few questions, I guess. What's going to be more comfortable for you to answer? Like what? Like how did you introduce it? Because I think people might be like, well, I mean, he's letting you. Like, how did you? How did that conversation go?
Um, that's a deep question. Uh, I think it was kind of always known in the relationship. Even before we got married, we dated about 5 years, and it was always kind of a known thing that I wanted to do more things and darker things. And so it was just kind of like this. We just knew I had these fantasies, I had these things. And probably in maybe year three of our relationship, we kind of talked about it. And I mean, he wasn't like thrilled about me kind of going outside of the relationship at the time. But he was kind of like, well, I think he was more like willing to take the risk. Like, if she comes back, then great, then it's meant to be. And if she doesn't, then it wasn't, kind of thing. And so, and I did want to come back. I wanted to keep this one union, and that's where my home is. But then I have these other desires that get met elsewhere. Not that he wasn't willing to meet them, but it's not his comfort zone. So it is other men's comfort zone. So it can be a whole fantasy playground out there in the world.
Cool. So how does that look, the fantasy playground?
It's fucking amazing because I don't have to hold back or be inhibited or stop myself or tame myself in any way. I can be as dark and dirty as I want to be.
Where do you go?
Where do I go?
Yeah, how does one step into there? Especially
And
once you're married, right? Is it just like Tinder?
well, I know, actually, funny enough, no. I don't go to sites like that. Most of the outside relationships have been through TikTok or Instagram, and that's kind of how they developed or started at least. And they just kind of took off from there, and mostly chatting and sexting and all that stuff, and then eventually meeting up, and which is really nice because you get this intense build up, kind of like I had last night. I had this massive, intense build up of weeks of talking fantasies and stuff, and then getting onto your lives where you're so sensual and sexy, and so that just like it was like the peak. It was kind of like the straw that broke the camel's back last night. And when I commented back that I had to go relieve that frustration, I like really did. I really was like pounding and pulsating and throbbing and could not sleep, couldn't rest, couldn't think, I had to get it out of my system. Like it just was overwhelming and all consuming. And so I had to go take care of that, and it was the most explosive and amazing orgasm. Oh, it was, I can't even describe it. It literally felt like I was just, I don't know how to
Where was your
describe,
husband?
with me for part of it, and
Okay.
and then I finished after that. So, but it was just ragingly intense. and which is the fun part. I get
Yeah.
to have that.
I'm still interested in like, yeah, so you're really in an open relationship, hey, and you're the woman, and you have, and how about your husband? Does he have partners?
No,
Never.
never. Everybody says, "Oh, he does. He's got it on the side," and I'm like, "Yeah, no, he doesn't.
I didn't
Like,
say that.
he's at home 24/7. He's
You'd
always
know.
here."
You'd know.
Yeah, I know, and like he would tell me. I know. He would tell. We're not quiet about it. Like he would tell me, so I'm not suspecting that he's hiding something or whatever. So I know that he would tell me about it. But he's not. He's not interested. He's not like that. I'm like that. He's not like that.
How old is he?
Um, he's a little older than me. He's 65,
Oh my God, no wonder. Oh my God. How old are you?
45. But I
Well,
swear I have
I'm pretty sure right there is this is it. I mean, that makes sense. Good for him. Otherwise, how could he keep you?
well, he's great at what he does. So, but I mean, it's not just about that. I mean, we have the whole life outside of that, and you know, but sex is a beautiful part of a relationship. It's helps bond you like it doesn't bond you with anyone else. So we have the whole thing.
So you married an older guy.
I did
How long you been with him?
15 years.
45. So
I was
you're
29
30,
when we met.
29, and he was.
He was 49.
I mean, if you young women marrying older men, I mean that's what's going to be happening. That's the future right there. I feel like you have. It's like a. This is a definitive. It's cool to learn about this marriage because I think that makes sense. Your marriage makes sense.
I mean, it's not easy. I wouldn't say that this is a lifestyle for everyone because he does get jealous. And you definitely have to keep your boundaries in place. You have to know where your home is, and you have to keep that focus all the time. You can't allow yourself to get wrapped up in emotions because sometimes there are men who I feel can meet my needs and be everything else. But that doesn't, I mean, there's billions of men in the world, right? Like you can always find someone else, right? But so you have to keep yourself grounded in your commitment to your original relationship, to your original commitment. And then like I mean, it's not for everyone. It's not like the easiest thing ever.
Definitely, that's the future. Yeah, yeah, yeah. No, I think that, but come on, he wouldn't have a chance. You've got like, I think when you think that you're like insatiable, I don't know. Like I think women are insatiable. Period. Like I don't think it's that unique, and that's why I was like, yo, why would young women, a 29-year-old woman, marry a 45-year-old guy? Like that doesn't make sense to me because it's gonna end up like, what? Like what does he have to offer her for what she's actually gonna want? Because I can hear your desire. So yeah, definitely. If mature men want to connect with younger women as the because like you could probably do whatever the fuck you want too. Like you're aren't you independent?
Yeah, pretty much.
You don't need anybody either.
No.
Was he a part of that?
I mean, I don't know. I guess it's just the commitment to it. Like I don't need quote need. Like I'm not a I don't know. You call it a kept woman, whatever. I don't need like I mean, it's nice his money, whatever. But I mean, I don't need it. It's not like a determining factor. So it's just
Okay.
the commitment to being together and committing to that relationship forever. And it's not for everybody. It's not the easiest thing
Is it for
ever. That's for
you? Do you
sure.
like it?
I do like it. No, I
Okay.
do. I do like because it allows the fantasy to stay a fantasy. When you go beyond the fantasy, then you start developing emotional, feelings, and then once that happens, then it's no longer a fantasy. Then it's a relationship, and it goes beyond those boundaries. So you have to keep it fantasy. Like you don't when you're with well, at least for me, when you're with someone else outside of your marriage, you're not talking about your families. You're not really talking about your kid. Maybe other people do. I don't. This is the fantasy. We keep it the fantasy. We don't discuss, work and family and all that kind of stuff. It's we get together for one purpose, and we both know what that is.
So there's nobody right now.
Well, no, not anybody physically. I do have someone that I'm talking to, um, but he lives several states away. So,
Tell me how that works and who, like, younger,
huh?
younger.
He's actually my age, which is really weird. I've never been with anybody my age or younger, so I feel like the
Try
old
way
woman.
younger.
It's very weird.
Way younger.
I I would love to visit that stamina for sure.
Yeah, it's awesome since you haven't, if you haven't been, come on. You've been married since you were 29. And I guess when you were in your 30s, did you also have partners?
No, we didn't really start that until later. It was kind of I had this built up frustration, not like against him, but I knew there were things I wanted to do and explore that I knew that he was not comfortable with because I knew I was very, I don't know the word, I say dark, and he was very vanilla, and there's nothing wrong with that. That's how he is, and that's perfectly fine, and it's great. But I'm just, I have always been darker than that and wanted more than that. And so after years of that kind of frustration, he was a little bit more lenient and was like, okay, well, let's give this a try, kind of thing. And like I said, he was like, if she stays, it's meant to be, and if she, doesn't come back, kind of thing. But I always came back, so I get to have my playtime and then, go home. I get my cake and eat it too.
So what's looking ahead? I guess you got the TikTok. You like the TikTok mouth? I love that. It is a fantasy, if anything, you know?
Yeah.
I'm as tall, I'm as big as you want me to be. I'm everything. You know what I mean? In a lot of ways, you can make things up for people. So keep things a fantasy.
Yeah. And it makes it a lot of fun.
And that keeps the relationship fresh.
Mm-hmm. It does.
Yeah. And he doesn't experiment at all. You know, I don't, the people are
Uh-uh.
doubting that. I don't doubt. It sounds like he
No,
doesn't,
like
he's 65. He
he's really not he's not like that. I know that's weird and everybody always says that, but he's just not like that. He's just not like he doesn't like porn, he doesn't like lingerie, he doesn't like all that stuff. Like he's I don't mean vanilla as an insult. I just mean it as that's just kind of the way that he is and that's okay. I'm just not that way.
So what exactly about you, the darkness? That means you like to be in lingerie.
I'm kind of on the BDSM scale a little bit.
Okay.
So that's hard for a vanilla person to accept. But he's come a long way. I have to say he's come a long way. But yeah, like the whole, you know, CNC and bondage, tied up, spankings, the whole thing.
Okay. I had a question, but I forgot it.
I was thinking about going younger, about 42, 43.
No, you gotta go for like 30.
I don't know. Those
Yeah.
Canadians, though.
Yeah, no, go 30. 31, 26.
26. Oh my God.
But see, you're
That,
doing it
that would be
right.
so weird.
You're already meeting people and you're communicating with them online. So you like test with them, right? Like test
It is weird. I
virtually.
get a lot of young guys on TikTok, a lot of young guys, and I'm like, don't you see my age in my bio? Like, you know how old I am. Like, isn't that weird? Like, I'm way older than you, and that's just weird to me because I've never been with anybody younger. So it's very bizarre to have a younger guy like message me and stuff, and it is weird. I'm like, dude, you can't handle this. Sorry.
I disagree. I think you're talking to guys who can't handle it.
I know.
I think
I
you're in a
don't think you're
perfect place
fine.
to meet a younger guy.
When I'm
And,
like lay out what I want, and they look at me like a deer in headlights, I'm like, yeah, that's what I thought.
it's like the laying out of what you want. I guess you're right. There's certain things because of the marriage. The marriage requires a certain level of maturity for people for like these guys to fucking getting the right frequency, right? Because it's you're part of the lifestyle. And a young kid falls in love, especially if the sex is great.
Yeah, that
Right?
would
All
be
of a sudden, like
bad.
a 31-year-old guy's like, "This is incredible. Let's not end." And you're like, "Well, this is my fantasy. Goodbye." Ooh.
Right. Yeah, you have to kind of have that laid out in the beginning, and you have to just stick by it at all cost.
Yeah. It's kind of more complex, but I'm just thinking about like, I mean, something that's gonna fucking just quench your thirst. That's what I'm thinking about. Because it sounds like you're like, oh yeah, I'm never gonna quench it. I'm like, yo, I know I will quench it.
I just want it to be quenched over and over again. It doesn't have to happen just once.
Yeah, but I just that's just my feeling. I'm pretty sure you'll get to experiment. You're not gonna experiment. You're gonna experiment, especially because he's letting you, and you're online, so you could just have the pick of the litter, and you're beautiful,
Oh, thank
and you're
you.
in Texas. Yeah,
Yay,
you can do whatever the fuck
Texas.
you want. You know,
We're
America's amazing. It's
amazing.
got a lot of people.
Yeah, it is. It's great here. It's a beautiful state. It's wonderful. But every freaking guy that I meet is not in Texas. They're always out of state or out of country. So that's kind of inconvenient.
Fantasy.
But
Also,
no, it
maybe
does. And to have the, what do you call it? Like the chatting, the sexting, whatever, to have all that go on for like weeks and months. The intense buildup that creates is like nothing. Sometimes the buildup is even better than than the real thing.
and for the guys too.
Well, I don't know about
Yeah,
them, but
guys just want them. They want the real deal. I think, especially at 45.
they're just waiting to get to the finish line.
Yeah,
But
but
the build up is I mean that's great. The finish line's great, but man, you gotta work your way up to the top.
I don't know. I like the real deal. Hmm.
Well, yeah, I definitely want to get to that end point too.
Huh. Me, yeah.
Mm. I can't even think about it because then I get all worked up again, and that's just not professional.
I think that's here you are a little bit worky. I could tell in the chat you're spicier than the average.
Oh, I know. I'm so sorry. I get I
Well, it
get
sounds like you live a
crazy.
lifestyle where you accept yourself, and I think some people may not be allowed to be as open about that. And you have a husband that would be like, "Oh, I've been hearing it for 15 years,"
Yeah, yeah. But
and
it's
he let
so
you, and
much
he's like, "And I
fun.
love her." Does he love you? Like, what keeps you guys glued together?
Oh yeah, definitely. I mean, just family, normal life, like the whole normalcy of family and stuff. Like it doesn't interfere because we don't allow it to. Like
Yeah.
we just we
Okay.
just
Oh, I had a
pretend it's not
question. I
there.
know what it is.
Yeah.
The last one. Where is this guy at work? Like, who was the last guy?
The current one or the last one?
Well, you got a current one. I mean, the last
Oh.
time, like, like, did you go to his place? Is it like a, a dungeon?
Oh fuck, I wish. No, the last the, the last one was also several states away, and so that was like a 4 month leading up to it, and then he came down here to Texas, and so he came for every other weekend for a while, and that was really. I mean, we have a great. I'm in Houston, so we have a million things to do, a million amazing hotels, awesome things to do. So he'd come down here a lot. I never went to see him, but then the new current one, he'll be coming down in July. So that's been I've
Is it
been
like a
just
week? Is it like a week
so
together? Like, what does it work?
usually weekend thing just due to like work
You
and
don't go home.
commitments.
You don't go home. You're like, I'm leaving, and it's
Yeah, kind of. I mean, like I travel for work. I do real estate, but I have clients to where I do have to go sometimes. I am gone a weekend or so, so it's not like uncommon for me to be like totally gone. So
Oh, do you have kids
4,
with him?
yeah.
Woo! Cool.
But I'm fixed now, so I don't have to worry about that.
Cool.
But man, it's a lot of fun.
I believe you. But I feel like you make sense to me. You make sense to me. Yeah. Lucky 40 or 5-year-old guy, beautiful 29-year-old. Like, who would say no if she's going to have 4 of your kids? Like, you got to let her have some fun.
Oh yeah, and we did. That's where the kids came from. So
Oh, yeah, I mean, there's that too. But like, to be able to have a beautiful young wife, you're going to need to, like, let her do whatever the fuck she wants.
yeah,
Yeah.
I mean, he didn't have to. He could have said no. That would have sucked, but he's been very gracious.
I doubt you would have stayed. Because it sounds like, are you guys sticking together?
Yeah. Oh yeah.
I mean, a lot of women your age are not sticking together.
No, yeah, I totally understand that. But no, we're very happy and no struggle. I mean, like normal stuff, right? Like, but we're not like headed for divorce or whatever.
Okay. I fucking love it.
So sorry if I get a little bit too dirty in your comments. I try not to get blocked.
You didn't. For me, I was like, okay, let's talk to this woman because I think what this is so cool. It makes sense. This is makes sense. I don't think it's an anomaly.
Really?
No, you make sense to me a lot. I'm like, yeah. I mean, if I had a young wife, what do you think? I'd have to let her go. I mean, if I'm 42 and if I was gonna marry a 29-year-old woman, I'm like, yo, like wait till she turns 39 and 35, and I'm like, what? You know, and I'm 50, and then I'm gonna be 60 soon. Jesus Christ! Like I know from now, like the degradation of performance. That's why I say
I don't
try a
know.
younger guy.
I mean, I know a lot of women who are married to older men, but none of them are like me. I mean, I wouldn't think it's common. I mean, maybe, but it's not in my world. It's I'm
How much
definitely
older?
the
How much
anomaly.
older? And yeah, are these women happy? Let's see if a
Yeah,
marriage lasts. Are they all
they all
rich?
seem maybe top 2%, I guess, but they're all happy. They- I don't understand it. Like I'm like, oh, that's great. Yeah, y'all, they're all monogamous. They're very content that way. And it's just harder for me to be that way. I mean, I would be that way if he truly like put his foot down and said no, like we have to have monogamy. Then I would do so. I would struggle, and I'd probably have to get therapy, and I'd go through a lot of batteries with my vibrators. But I would do it. I would become monogamous if he truly wanted it. You say no?
No, no, no. I don't think so.
I think I would. I
No,
hope I would.
I think you'd have left him.
Oh God, I hope not. That's so horrible.
I think that's true. Well, you would have shattered the marriage. Or
Ugh.
that part of you, that thing that drives you so hard that you don't let go of it, obviously. It's cool. I think it's cool that you're open about it. I believe in what you are, that fire. I think that's a real thing. I think women have it, period. And I don't think it's acknowledged enough. And I think that the patriarchy or this man system, that monogamy your friends are all bullshitting about, there's something still fucking doing something. So like, it's cool to hear your story, and that's why I record them.
Well, I'm a part of several different Christian homeschool co-ops, so I'm pretty sure they are monogamous. I'm probably the only one who's not.
They might, but you know what? I doubt it. I think if they're a women in their 40s and they're married to older men, they are absolutely super horny.
Then I don't know
100%.
why they're not telling me about it because I really feel very alone in it. Like it's just the stigma of women. You know, it you can't be dark, you can't be into those things. It's always like, oh, the man's that way, and they get that right to kind of be dark and dirty. But when it's a woman, then the stigma is so bad on her, and it is kind of unfair and the double standard. And there aren't very many of other women like me. I've actually never met another woman at all like me. So it is hard. It's a very lonely. Like I don't have anybody talk about it with. Like, oh, look at my new so and so, whatever. Like I don't have that. So it's all very quiet and hush hush.
You have all the ladies in the chat. They're like, are you reading the chat?
No.
Read the chat. Oh, read the chat. You can see a little bit more.
Oh, kink. Oh, good. Someone else is into. There's several of you.
As soon as you acknowledge them, they're gonna all be like, "We love you."
Yeah. It's,
Tanya's pissed. I'm not sure why Tanya's so pissed. Yes,
oh
see.
shit. All right, I gotta get going.
Why is he
Life
on?
is calling.
Her husband's like, "Come to bed. You're talking to some weird bald guy." Is he next to you in bed?
No, but he's
Okay,
coming.
okay, go hang up.
So are the kids. All
Bye.
right. Bye.
Love
Y'all
you.
have fun.
This is gonna be a podcast. Bye.
Yay.
She doesn't know how to hang up. I
I don't.
bet.